Greetings, adventurers! It's great to be back. We hope you're enjoying Shores of the Silver Thrum so far, because the story is only just beginning and the horrors we have in store are getting ever closer. The season might seem like it's been all fun and games with a drinking episode and a beach episode and high seas hijinks, but Statz and I just wanted to assure you all that the team has finally reached the threshold of our proverbial haunted house. But before we find out how they are, Jasper William Cartwright, the voice of Ajay, is running a backer kit campaign to create a game called Force of Extinction, where you're the appetizer, not the hero. Roll, die, and resurrect in this fast-paced B-movie-in-a-box role-playing game. In a ruined, inhospitable world, your group of survivors will need somewhere to hide and stay safe. It's a game of resource management as you grow your settlement in the face of danger, so check out Force of Extinction. A link is in the show notes. And while you're checking out their page, let's get back to our heroes.
Shalis die pace. Salis.
Do you seek him?
Do you seek him?
Do you seek him?
Do you seek him?
Do you seek the nameless god?
You have found yourself among those who roll the dark dice. What you are about to hear happened long ago, a story brought back from the edge of oblivion, dutifully transcribed and enhanced orally to better captivate your attention. Previously, shipwrecked and marooned, 4 survivors from an ill-fated ship awoke in the black sands of an unknown silver shore. Freezing and hungry, they searched the beach for others, finding crewmates and corpses. Dark Dice, Shores of the Silver Thrum. Chapter 12, Survivors.
Jare wasn't breathing. His skin was cold, and when Vivianna lifted his eyelids, there was no reaction. Seely hopped and cawed from atop Jare's chest. As Vind concluded, nothing could be done for the once lively shipwright.
You know what? I move in to assist. I didn't know him really well, but that's silly, and the owl is distressed. Stand back. I'll cast a spell to try and pull the water from his lungs. 梦幻绽放，随心显现。
Yuehai, able to sense the seawater within Yara's lungs, extended a hand towards Yara's chest, and with the workings of her druid craft, manipulated the water, pulling it up and out of his lungs and through his throat as water poured from his unmoving mouth.
Cool! Did it work? Is he dead?
There are certain points in the stream of life when terrible realizations come upon you. When life shows itself as fragile, fickle, and painful. A roll was allowed, and with the powers of a final natural 20 for a death-saving throw, which frustrated the DMs to no end, Jare came to realize the latter, that life is painful. With searing burns within his chest, Jare was slammed back into the realm of the living, back to breathing, each stinging breath pulling in the coldest air he'd ever felt. After seeing the strange floating lights, after having searched for decades, after finding friends and attempting to save Av, after everything and more, he'd now come back to where he shouldn't be.
What?
Did I do it? Did it work?
Jare coughed and shook, looking from face to face as Seely chirped and cooed. Jare tried to push himself up onto his elbows in the sinking sand, as the clearly happy owl jumped onto his shoulder.
Ajay will tap the spectral hand wrapped around his shoulder and send the ancestral spirit over to Jare to transfer the warmth of the prestidigitation over to the poor guy.
Finally, you help.
As Ajay cast his magics, he felt a chill race its way up his spine, settling back deep into his bones.
Oh, now you'd like to help, Ajay. Okay.
So, with him sitting up, is probably taller than me, and I just look over to him and I say, just so you know, you owe me.
You do.
That's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that what they had become? On edge, frayed and breaking, incurring life debts like heartless thugs.
And at this point, Jare sees Av lying next to him, and he's going to ignore whatever else is happening, and he's going to try and help her, because he's just come to. Av!
Yara pushed on her sternum, forced breath into her lungs, oblivious to the hissing air seeping through the wounds in her back as the others watched on in saddened silence. A sinking feeling began to settle in, and after a time, ever so slowly, Yara's efforts slackened and eventually ceased, and he began to quietly sob, still oblivious to all but the small form before him.
But Av never moved.
Yeah, I think they're dead. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up now. But I'm glad you're alive, Yara. We thought you were dead, you know?
I didn't know her too well, like I said. But she and I, we're halflings. We're seafarers.
You both have a fire within you. A fight.
I'm tired, but I grab Alf's shoulders and I pull her, or I try to pull her, over to where we put Lan.
I help, and it shouldn't be too difficult because she's really small.
Jare picks up stones, large, flat ones, things he thinks he could stack up, and he starts building another pile of stones near the rocks they've piled up for Lan.
Jare's just gotten... well, he's alive again, and freezing. So, after a few minutes of just sitting there in shock, gaining some stress for sure, he'll try to keep up, try to help. And he's looking around, looking for any others, like Convo or Galisk, dead or alive.
Once Alf is next to Lan, I cross her arms over her chest. Make sure her eyes are closed.
I didn't know you well, Av, but if you like to drink, you've got a good drinking buddy where you're headed.
Drinking? We just lost the ship. We lost. We don't even know who we lost. I was dead, wasn't I? I was dead.
Well, maybe, but now you're not dead now, so let's not dwell on that, right? I mean, people die all the time.
Vin recognizes that Vivianna might not be the best with words in situations like this, so he goes and warms Jare with a nice big hug and says, we're happy you're here. This is tragic, but you're here and you're with us, so you must be okay in knowing that.
As soon as Vin hugs Jare, Vivianna shivers and goes, ooh, I'm so cold too.
Vivianna, come here.
Okay.
With his other available arm, Vin swoops Vivianna in, and we have a nice trio of warmth happening.
I feel it at this point in the adventure, it's time for a group hug.
As Ajay has his arms crossed in the corner and just sulking.
I'm walking away. I'm like, what is this? Not trust me. I would sooner walk into the ocean than get inside this.
Would you rather freeze to death than hug us?
Yes.
Wow.
Not you specifically, but this one.
There's a freezing owlbear out there. Just bring it in.
Guys, look around. Look around. Wherever we are isolated right now. There's no one here to help us. We need to stick together. And Vin winks at Ajay with a smirk before he continues. Ajay, do not walk away. Without you...
Ajay's walking away to stack more rocks. There's no way he's standing there listening to you.
Okay, buddy. But just know, we're the only ones here. You're either by yourself, or we're doing this together as a group. And I know I'd rather not be alone as we face whatever this land places in our path.
Whoa, wait. We're the only ones here? Where are the others? Where's the crew? Where's Convo? Where's Uda? Where's everyone else?
Probably dead. Sorry, but the Willow's Wake sank, and I'm seriously surprised that even Ajay and Vin survived. Heck, technically, you didn't survive either, so maybe just take the win and move on?
Jare, I'm sorry that you lost your friends. I think I know what that feels like.
Yuehai finished tuning her ukulele. It was a miracle of some foul-humored god, perhaps, that the instrument had survived when so many people had not. But Yuehai had it with her during her transformation, and so it endured. She knocked the sand out and tuned the last string, then began to pluck a loose tune as most sat, huddling for warmth in the rocky, rolling silence. During the song, Jare busied himself elsewhere, continuing to stack stones and examine his surroundings. With the warmth of his spell restoring his senses, he briefly thought his mind was playing tricks. Within the mix of pebbles and sand, there was a flash of light here, a peak of brilliance there, something silver, light and shining, reflecting in the darkness. But reflecting what? With a roll of a 9 to investigate this phenomenon, and with no experience in mining or stonemasonry, Jare was unsure if these flakes of silver were valuable. But being an orc of the Sangoma, the spiritual leader of a subterranean people, he could tell that, no, technically, this was not silver.
Interesting.
Yes, it was different somehow, though the luster, the way it reflected light, certainly reminded him of it. Yuehai's voice trailed to its end, and the song reached its conclusion. The rolling of waves overtook the soundscape once again.
That was awesome, Yuehai. I feel inspired. Maybe? Is that what it is?
As the music stopped, and Jare passed his hand between the substance and the night sky, its shimmering immediately ceased, and it took on the properties of simple gray rock. These silver reflections dotted the entire shoreline, and with a handful of pebbles, sand, and glinting flecks in his hand, Jare cast prestidigitation in a silent experiment.
Sorry! I'll restore the heating spell.
But the stones were not covered in dirt. They could not be cleaned with magic. They were simply reflective.
Very interesting indeed.
That makes it feel much better. Thank you. Thank you guys. For the hug, for the song. I think I'm ready to say goodbye.
Jare broke from the group and walked to the stacks of stones. He knelt over the bodies of Lan and Av, offering tears and words so quiet that none could be sure if they were a prayer or kind memories, before he was finally ready to say goodbye.
Jare left the group to investigate the cliffs, splitting the party. Yuehai, Yara, and Vivianna didn't seem to notice, but Vind, ever the sharp-eyed hunter, kept the shaman in the corner of his eye.
Wait. So there's no one else around, but have you... He's patting himself down. Have you... Are there any of our things left? Have you seen any? Are there any provisions? Is there... Can we start a fire somehow? What's this? Well, at least some of my provisions made it. And now I'll add my meager trail rations to an otherwise empty character sheet. And with another perception check, in the dark, as a human without night vision, Jare's going to just sort of feel around until his hand catches the edge of a thin wooden box. An object he knows more by sight than by touch, but one that he can remember as belonging to Uda. No. Is this...
Jare knew the box. He'd taken many of Udav's knives out of the ship's hull over the past several weeks and replaced them in the exact box he now held. As moonlight peeked out from beyond the heavy clouds, his eyes confirmed what his heart already knew. It opened with a small pop, and he was relieved to see that the knives inside were somehow completely dry, as if by magic. Uda rarely shared these blades with other people. She kept them in her kitchen, used them to express her frustrations, and to showcase her well-earned talents as a cook. Jare could recall Uda explaining that the knives themselves were family heirlooms she intended to pass on to her niece when she came of age. But her life, her passion as a chef, Jare knew those were over now. Jare quietly cursed himself, reasoning he could have made it to the kitchens, he could have helped, had he not chosen to help those above deck instead. A decision he would have to live with for the rest of his life. Even then, those he had tried to help had not survived.
And as though Jare's mood could get any worse, it's still sinking another 7 levels. First of all, what he's going to do 2 things. He's going to carefully feel around the set of knives. For one, to see if there's something else in there, some she's kept these things hidden from everyone else. Maybe there's some personal item, kind of a reminder of who she was aside from the knives. Maybe something that, should he ever find family, he could return it to them. Stuff like that. Small thing. And then the second thing he's going to reach for is that one special skinning knife she had that she always kept very, very, very sharp.
Jare knew of 2 knives he had never pulled out of the walls. Uda never mistreated them and had been particularly fond of them. The first was an iron knife. The blade gleamed black and the handle was adorned in beautiful geometric patterns. It looked well crafted, and the tip of the blade was common of orcish design, perhaps from her hometown, though no one had asked. The other one was a silver knife, commissioned by her grandmother to celebrate the birth of Uda's mother. It had been blessed at the seat in Embergrad, a story Uda shared over drinks and steamed buns one day. Her heirloom knife had dwarvish runes written on the blade, and Jare knew to read the name as Quit in Orcish.
Okay, knowing this, another 2 or 3 tears rolling down his face, he's of course going to take both of them with him. And having remembered this, and having just sheathed them somewhere, he has places for knives to go that are not his body. And remembering all of this, having just taken all of this up, he's going to stand up and he's going to stomp over towards where Ajay and Vind are standing.
But were they indeed together again? Seemingly so. Ajay, who had separated from the group to examine his surroundings, was contemplating the cliff face when a voice emerged from the shadows.
Ajay.
Hiya! Where did you come from?
I listen.
What?
I
do not have anything to say to you.
I don't blame you for anything. I just want to know, have you had any premonitions or have you seen anything that might be able to help us get out of here?
Ajay has to steel himself. I think if Ajay had any more strength at all, I don't even think he'd be entertaining this. But he looks deep into Vin's eyes and just says,
Let me promise you this. I need to get out of here for my people. And if I can, I will help the others. But there is nothing that I would ever do to help you. Now please, stay as far away from me as possible.
Ajay, you know I'm not here for myself.
I'm so sorry, am I speaking a different language? Is there a miscommunication problem? Because I just said to you, stay as far away from me as possible, and then you are carrying on talking to me.
Well, we're the only people here, Ajay.
Okay, I'm going to make you 1, maybe 2 options, okay? It's either walk away from me, or I try to attack you, and we both end up dying here. How about that? Do you want to die here? Is that what you want?
Vind placed a hand on his spear as a heavy moment of silence passed between both men.
We both know that I could kill you here and now. Or perhaps you'd get lucky and we'd both die. But we also know that if we die, then our homes, our families, will continue to suffer greatly. The way I see it, we're somehow either in the frozen wilds of the North Realm or on an island in the middle of nowhere. No help is coming for us, and we need to find a way to reach Winterport and eventually return home. We are each exemplary leaders with survival skills a cut above the rest of our clans, who are in turn a cut above those from the human realms. And we're in foreign territory. We will need every last bit of skill we have if we want hope and not freezing or starving to death, or being eaten by whatever's lurking out there in the darkness. What I'm saying here is that we won't... None of the other people here, the survivors, will make it without our collective efforts. We won't make it unless we work together. Helping them ultimately means helping our people and helping ourselves. So let us put everything we've been through aside, at least for the time being. I will not judge you. You will not judge me. Let's just do what's right for us, for our villages, and for our bloodlines. Without us, there's nothing. Without you or me, Yuehai, Jare, and beautiful Vivianna will not get home alive. Please understand this, and please, let's just... Hey, Ajay. Ajay, can you hear me?
Ajay's back was turned to Vind early in the speech, which Vind assumed to be dramatics, until he noticed the shimmering outline of one of Ajay's ancestors, a tall, broad-shouldered orc, holding their hands on either side of Ajay's head while he continued to examine the cliff face.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing anything I'm saying, Ajay?
Recognizing that his rival, the last person who knew his sinister secret, had his back turned to him, Vin's grip shifted on his spear as he took a few quiet paces closer, before a voice called out behind them.
You two just cut it out with this little tete-a-tete. I can say I've had enough of this. The two of you. I don't even know why I'm...
Ajay, I feel like you're doing him a great service at this point. The last thing I heard come out of your mouth was you leaving Nel Deech to decide over his fate, and here he stands.
And I really don't know if it was Nel Deech that was tired, having too many playthings tonight, or if it was some other god that intervened and saved his life. Maybe it was the jester god himself, or maybe Selagon wanted to shed some light on this situation, to know who the real killer is. But you, where the hell were you when the Willow went down? There were people on deck, people dying, trying to help others, and you just went ahead with your petty little fight. At this point, I don't even care which one of you the real killer is, because as far as I can tell, in having your little squabble there, you killed most of the rest of the crew. Because the rest of us were trying to save lives. We were trying to put out fires. We were trying to get people to safety, and you had to poke at each other with your knives and your magics. And this either ends right now, or if we can make it back to civilization, I don't know that we'll take you. Either one of you. I don't know that we can trust you.
And with that, you see that the power's drained from him. He has nothing else to say.
I want to apologize if I have caused offense. On the ship, I was trying to help everyone when Vind ran onto the deck and started attacking me. I had no interest in continuing our... what did you call it? Tete-a-tete. But this... I had no choice. I had to defend myself. I was trying to save the crew and the ship as much as I could. It was him that decided to, I don't know, wait it out and then just come and attack me. Because, you know, what a great opportunity that was to off me, you know? But I have no interest in fighting or squabbling with Finn. I have made it very clear. I just want him to stay the hell away from me. Very simple. And look, I guarantee he's going to start talking right now in my vicinity and start trying to beseech me like, oh, we need to help him. No, I don't want to hear it. I just want to find a way out of here. That is it.
Listen, Ajay, you have every right.
There we go. I see. I told you it was going to happen.
Every right to speak this way, but the sarcasm is not going to help anyone at this point. And Jare, I apologize if I made you feel this way. I'm also very sorry for the people that we lost. I mean, you have to remember, on that ship, I had just recently experienced Nimble's unfortunate murder at the hand...
Do not mention his name! If you say it one more time, I swear that is it. Do not say his name. If it was not for you, he'd still be alive!
A few meters away, during the argument, Yuehai and Vivianna held a conversation of their own, closer to the rolling waves and newly stacked graves.
Were they lovers in the past? It looks like they're having a lover's quarrel again and again. It's quite irritating. And now the other man joins in. Oh, and they're all having this quarrel there. And I see men. Men! Vivianna, should we just go and just stop whatever squabble they're having and let's just get a move on? It's not safe for our health and we don't know what kind of creatures might be out there in this open space. Perhaps yetis or trolls or harpies? I don't know. Let's just move. Just somewhere.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, look, Ajay is all up in Vin's face, and Jare is just trying to be like a peacemaker right now. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start like fighting soon, but I'm not sure who's gonna throw the first punch. Do you wanna bet on anything, Yuehai?
Oh, by the gods. I think Jare would lose, right? I mean, he's human and the smallest among all.
Jare's definitely gonna lose. He just came back from the dead. His constitution's not that great. Ajay, I don't think people can take down Ajay. And Vin, he's handsome, but he doesn't look that sturdy.
Oh, by Neldich, what's with you and Vin? He's so obsessed with Ajay. Why is he not spending more time with you, you know, if he's interested in you?
Thank you. That's what I mean. What if he likes him?
Exactly, right?
Oh, God.
But Yare's kind of cute, so...
Well, shit. I didn't think about that. Nah, too human. Vivianna's not having too many deep thoughts with her new head wound, so, yeah, we're just gossiping.
Mm-hmm. That's what girls usually do, I feel.
Vivianna stretches, checks that her horns are undamaged, and starts looking up the far side of the beach, kind of kicking rocks, and, well, actually, that would hurt, so maybe just one rock, the one time. Fuck.
While the women stood by the lapping waves and watched the drama unfold, Vivianna caught glimpses of a light in the distance. A yellow glimmer far down along the distant beach. A warm glow, like the flickering of a hearth fire.
Guys! This has been a great show. 10 out of 10. The conflict is there. I am enjoying this immensely. But check out the light in the distance. What say we kind of shelve this for now and head over there, huh?
I think that is a great idea. That is a really great idea.
She's amazing.
We can, how about this? We don't have to talk at all, any of us. We can just keep walking.
You know what, Ajay, that is... Actually, no, I like talking. How about if you want to talk to Vin, we can use, like, a middleman, right? You guys don't have to communicate. Like, you can tell me what...
Vivianna, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I have nothing to say to him. I've made that very clear. I just want a peaceful life.
That is totally understandable. I get your POV, but, like, Vin... Have you considered what if Vin really likes you? Do you think he likes you?
What?
He's been putting a...
Ajay starts
walking. Vin starts walking as well, but towards Vivianna, and gently grabs her hand and brings it up to his and says, Vivianna, was I not clear as to what happened before we made it back to the ship?
Listen, Vin, I honestly... I was really distracted by your eyes, but I think I got the gist of it. Like, I think Ajay killed the little guy, Nimble, and he thinks you killed Nimble. That's the gist of it, right?
I don't know what he thinks. I just know what happened and what was, but listen.
We'll freeze to death if we don't move. Help yourself to the rest of the knife spec there if you think it'll help. And Jare just tilts his head down, pats Seely, and tries to catch up with Ajay.
I honestly think you guys could be like really good friends in another life. You know what I mean?
It's hard to say, but I do know Ajay meant a lot to somebody who was very close to me, and they once were friends, and so for that reason I can agree with you, and I know there's a heart there. Vivianna, has anyone ever told you how beautiful you are?
Oh, I stop. I mean, like, no one's really told me that before. I mean, like, but keep telling me, yeah. I mean, like, you don't have to if you don't want to, I guess, but, like...
I just know there's so many uncertainties on this beach right now. I mean, we could be anywhere in the frozen north. So we need to stick together. We must get back home. And if we can have each other's backs, that's one less thing we have to worry about as we face whatever's ahead of us. I think I heard someone mention trolls or something. But no matter what happens between the others, I promise that I'll have your back if you'll have mine.
I take his hand, and I nod very affectionately. I'm like, yeah. But if you betray me, I will kill you.
I will gladly let you kill me if I betray you.
Oh, okay, romantic. I like this. I totally agree with you. Unity above all. If we stick together, there's nothing we can't defeat. Vivianna's never had a boyfriend before. She has had 0 romantic relationships in her entire life. She has no idea what she's doing. But this is kind of like what she reads in, like, romance novels. Oh, this is just like the book I read. Okay, anyway, well, you wanna go catch up or something? I don't know if you wanna, like, keep holding hands or anything. Is that weird for the other group? That's weird for the other group, right? We should stop holding hands, right? You're right. We should stop holding hands. She lets go of his hand immediately and starts walking. Let's go.
Okay, I'm following you, but just remember, I've got you.
Vivianna sped up, her trained light footsteps still pushing the black pebbles deeper into the sands. Vind thought for a moment on his opportunity at the cliff. It was fine. Better, really, that Yara had stopped him. Ending Ajay then and there would have created a difficult situation, and who knows, perhaps the shaman really would be useful. As Vind glanced at the icy ocean and felt the cold in his bones, he knew he would need help to survive this place. Or, with that glimmer up the beach, perhaps not. After a moment of quiet, accompanied only by the sounds of wind and crashing waves, Vind followed the others toward the mysterious light in the distance. Dark Dice, Shores of the Silver Thrum, Chapter 12, Survivors. Created by Travis Vengroff and K.A. Statz. Starring Sam Yeow, Jasper William Cartwright, Eric Nelsen, Florian Seidler, LilyPichu, and Travis Vengroff and K.A. Statz as co-dungeon masters. This episode was co-edited with co-sound design by Travis Vengroff and Finnur Nielsen, mixed and mastered by Finnur Nielsen, transcriptions by K.A. Statz and Travis Vengroff, and executive producers Dennis Greenhill, AJ Pumpkin, Maico Villegas, and Carol Vengroff. This episode features music by David Wise, Stephen Malin, Sam Yeow, Austin Wintry, and Dallas Crane. Episodes will be releasing every 2 weeks, so stick around, stay subscribed, and consider joining the Patreon to get episodes ad-free and early. This is a Fool and Scholar production. Thank you for listening. And now seems like the perfect time to mention it, but Ajay gained 5 stress from earlier, as did most of the party. And while we're talking about mechanics, most of the party increases from 5 levels to 6 levels of hypothermia, reducing all d20 rolls by the level of hypothermia they have. And just for the audience to keep score, a character freezes to death at 10. Ajay's magic had reduced the effects of the cold since arriving on the beach, but prevented this number from being even higher as they now all walked toward the distant light.